welcome Sally. She has finally came 100 horsepower from stock. We are full bolt-on, we are cams. I just want to give you guys a better look of the beastly 4.6 liter V8 engine. We have the Zex Nitro setup right here, the 100 shots loaded. Oh boy, I got the main accessory. We got the Procharger. She's running, boys. The belt is clear. Look at that whistle. Yo. Thank you, baby. Woo! And here we are doing the first ever mod to Mcleod. We got the Kenne 3.6 mammoth blower. Oh gosh, this thing is heavy. So you guys want to know what the best boost application that you could go ahead and do for your motor? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what you can go ahead and look at what I ran. And on my last video, I actually got lots of comments on why I went with Kenne and not VMP, which is currently trending right now all over social media, as well as turbocharging the car. So if you have not seen already, I have a built 5.8 liter that's going to be going into my Shelby GT500, which we are currently converting into a Shelby 1000. And here is Mcleod, which is the Shelby 1000 wide body conversion here. She's almost done. Wheels I just received right now. I'm going to show you guys the wheel reveal, but this is where the built 5.8 liter going to be put into. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. Subscribe if you have not already and give it a big thumbs up, because we are doing things that nobody has ever done before. I currently have the 3.6 liter Kenne system that is all complete, but a lot of you guys want to know why I went with Kenne, why I didn't go with VMP, what boost applications may be good for you, and take it from there. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So basically, the reason why I got the Kenne Mammoth Supercharger is because of the application and the purpose that I'm using for my full setup right here. In this case, I went with Kenne for one simple reason, and that's because my car is a street car. A lot of people build cars for the drag strip as well as the track. Me in particular, I'm doing street, so I got the Kenne Supercharger. The root style Supercharger, of course, sits on top of the motor. It is great. It is the most fun boost application that you could do to your car because they are torque monsters. And if you guys don't know what torque is, it's basically what makes the car fun. It puts you into the seat, cracks open the tires, and just sends you flying. So I had the Procharger before. I haven't done turbo. This is my second root style Supercharger. So previously I had the Trinity one that comes on the 5.8 liter. We made 850 wheel horsepower with this blower. It is a great blower for street use as well as for the motor. So a lot of people didn't believe that you could get 1,000 horsepower out of this blower, but it is very capable. Just get the smallest pulley, get it tuned right, and you're gonna be making some serious power. So this is my second root style Supercharger that I have here. And one of the worst things that these Superchargers go through is heat soak. And heat soak is the thing that really sucks about these Superchargers. They are the most fun, but they are the most inconsistent boost applications that you could get for your Mustang. So again, I have a street car. I'm building Mcleod as a street car. I'm going to be using her on the street as well as on the drag strip. So I needed a root style Supercharger that could do both. And the thing that separates Kenne from Whipple, Edelbrock, and BMP is simply the liquid cool feature, which has on the Kenne. It is literally cooled by the coolant of your motor. So that is one of the reasons why we got the liquid cooled. So let's go over the differences between the liquid cools and the ones that are not liquid cooled. So let's go ahead and just take VMP Gen 3R as an example. A lot of you guys rave about it. A lot of you guys like it. It's a great blower. You guys see the results. They're torque monsters and they're really, really dependent superchargers. However, that's for off-road use only, which means they perform the best on the drag strip. So for my drag guys out there, definitely the VMP Gen 3R will be great for you. Kenne, Whipple, they pretty much produce the same. But the difference between the Kenne and the VMP Gen 3R is the consistency of it. Because after doing a couple pulls with the VMP, with Whipple, the second, third, fourth, fifth pull that you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be losing about 100 horsepower for those built motors, because heat soak is going to be your worst enemy. With being a street car and having it liquid cool, you could go run after run and have a more consistent than it being not liquid cooled. So basically with this, I also plan on getting the killer chiller system, which also uses your AC to cool down your supercharger. So when I install the killer chiller, I don't have that just quite yet, but I will be having the AC as well as the coolant to be cooling down the supercharger, and that will bring the optimum temperatures to run over and over and over again, because that's what street cars are. When going out on the highway, you don't just do one pull and sit out like you do at the drag strip and let it cool for 30 minutes. You don't have that luxury on the street. While on the street, you're on the highway, you're going 60, you're doing pull. Usually it's best 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5. You don't necessarily do one and then stop. So that's the thing with these applications, is you can run it over and over and over again and still maintain that consistent horsepower. For me, it's gonna be 1,000 wheel horsepower. So every pull, I'll be consistently hitting that 1,000 wheel horsepower. That's the one thing, is the heat soak that you just want to go ahead and completely dismiss here. The liquid cooled is absolutely going to be the best advantage for street car uses only, because it is liquid cooled, and when I do get that chiller killer system on here, it's even going to benefit the system even so much more. And so that's the difference between Kenne, Mammoth Supercharger than VMP, Edelbrock, and Whipple, is they do not have the cooling feature to maintain the consistent, powerful runs that a street car needs to have in order to perform at its optimum temperature. Honestly, that is why I went with Kenne Mammoth Supercharger. That is why I have it here. It's also one of the biggest blowers that you could possibly get for your car. I do apologize, this is a little bit smudgy here, but and who doesn't like a massive supercharger? This is literally bigger than the 350Z displacement of the actual motor. So this is essentially a V6 motor on top of a V8, which is pretty cool. So that is why I went with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you guys have any thoughts about your opinions regarding superchargers, turbochargers, what you run on your setup, as well as what you think is best here for it. So let me know down below what you're running, what you prefer, your thoughts on the liquid cooled versus the VMP, the Edelbrock, and the Whipple that are not liquid cooled. And that is basically the difference between my full setup. So I believe I picked the best supercharger application for my built 5.8 liter V8 motor. I think it's going to perform well. I think it's going to perform well over time and after runs. So most definitely, a lot of you guys want to see me on the track. I'm gonna get you guys on the track as well as on the street, show you guys how it performs all around. And then basically from there, we're just going to go ahead and continue to send it here. So it really depends on which style, which application you are shooting for. With the root style supercharger off-road, you're going to get the consistent numbers nonetheless. You're going to get it with Roush, VMP, Whipple, Kenne, but it's the consistency after that that you want to go ahead and look at. And that's just for me, that's my street car use. I'm going to be needing cool temperatures all the time while doing consistent runs, especially out here in California. It's pretty hot, so that's why I chose Kenne, and that's why I'm currently building it here. I hope I solved some confusion out there with the difference between these superchargers. And again, if you guys have your opinions, comment down below, let me know what you think, and follow it with a big old like, because I would really appreciate that. The centrifugal supercharger, which I used to have on my 3-valve, which we have John's 3-valve right here, which if you haven't seen his series on Netflix, the Hyperdrive, this was featured in the TV show. This 3-valve went drifting. He's doing a lot of work here with it, but And then there's also these nitrous bottles, which nitrous is a full different setup here, but we got these humongous bottles. Also, if you guys want me to do a little video on this, on the most famous 3-valve out there, comment down below, and then I'll see if John could go ahead and give us some couple clips here with this beautiful, beautiful 3-valve. It is such a beauty. But when I had my 3-valve, I Procharged it, and Procharger is a centrifugal supercharger. Basically, it does exactly what a turbocharger does, but instead of it being driven by exhaust, which turbos are driven by exhaust, it is driven by the belt. So if you look right here, basically the serpentine belt extends to the Procharger, and then it forces air into the intercooler, and then it puts it right into the motor, which I'll go ahead and show you guys a clip of the centrifugal supercharger. Centrifugal superchargers are the safest because they don't produce that much torque. You can go ahead and get accessories for it to produce the amount of torque, but for my currently set up for the 3-valves are very, very delicate motors, so I needed to keep the torque as low as possible because torque is what kills motors, not necessarily horsepower. So that's what I had previously. And then there is Turbocharger, which of course a lot of people do for lots of applications. Probably one of the best setups for boost is the turbo, but there's a lot to be taken into consideration with turbochargers. So I hope that clears up some confusion. Again, no hate on Whipple, VMP, Edelbrock, Roush, or any of those other superchargers. They do the same thing. They will perform the results. They're pretty much equivalent here with exactly who you go with. The only difference that Kenne has a tactical advantage on is that liquid cooled system. For me in particular, being a street car, I need the lowest possible temperatures at all times. For my drag guys out there, go out with any type of boost application out there. You're gonna be running for 10 to 15 seconds the most, and then you're gonna be cooling off for 30 minutes. So overheating may not be an issue for those drag guys, but for the street guys, it is very, very important that we keep our motors at the lowest optimum temperatures. We are going to be installing the motor very shortly, so stay tuned for that. Wheels are also going to be revealed very soon. Super excited, as well as the wrap. We're also going to talk about the wrap, so very, very excited on what's to come. So thank you guys so much for your support. I will see you guys on the next one. Again, comment down below what you think. Also give it a big thumbs up, and then we'll go ahead and send it on the next video, and one after that, and one after that. So deuces guys, have a good one. I like to